Most of the cholesterol you consume doesn't end up in your bloodstream. Instead, it is excreted through your digestive system. For decades, we were led to believe that saturated fats found in foods like butter, red meat, and dairy were the primary cause of heart disease. By 2002, a meta-analysis revealed a concerning trend. Despite a significant decline in the percentage of energy from fats over the previous 2 decades, the rates of obesity and cardiovascular disease had continued to rise. A large cohort study revealed that consuming the natural dairy fats is linked to a reduced incidence of cardiovascular disease. Saturated fats tend to increase the production of large, buoyant LDL particles, pattern A, rather than small dense ones, pattern B. However, this doesn't mean that fats can't play a role in heart disease under certain circumstances. In summary, it's the quality of fats and carbohydrates that determines the impact on LDL particle size and heart health. Peace be upon you and welcome back to Human. I'm Dr. Haytham Farrage, a certified cardiologist, nutritionist, and a personal trainer. Here on this channel, we dive deep into the science of health, metabolism, and how to live a more balanced, healthier life. In today's video, we are tackling a topic that has sparked debate for decades: dietary fats. For years, fats have been one of the most controversial subjects in modern health, particularly when it comes to their impact on cholesterol and heart disease. But are fats really the villains they've made out to be? Is there truly a link between dietary fats and heart disease? Or has this been misunderstood all along? By the end of this video, you will have a clear understanding of the science behind fats, how they are digested, and what role they play in your heart health. Spoiler alert, not all fats are bad. Let's break down the evidence and get to the truth behind headlines. For decades, we were led to believe that saturated fats found in foods like butter, red meat, and dairy were the primary cause of heart disease. This belief took hold in the 1950s, largely influenced by the research of Ansel Keys, who linked high cholesterol levels to an increased risk of heart disease. As a result, saturated fats were vilified as the main culprit behind cholesterol elevation, sparking widespread fear and a movement towards low-fat diets. In 1977, this perspective became official when a U.S. Senate committee led by George McGovern published the first ever dietary goals for the United States in an effort to combat the growing heart disease epidemic. The guidelines recommended a drastic reduction in dietary fat and a sharp increase in the consumption of carbohydrates, particularly from whole grains. This marked the official birth of the high-carb, low-fat diet, a shift that would shape public health policy for decades. However, as nutritional science has advanced, so has our understanding of fats' role in health. By 2002, a meta-analysis revealed a concerning trend. Despite a significant decline in the percentage of energy from fats over the previous 2 decades, the rates of obesity and cardiovascular disease had continued to rise. This suggested that reducing fat intake wasn't the silver bullet it was once thought to be. Furthermore, numerous large-scale studies have since questioned the supposed link between saturated fats and heart disease, showing that the relationship is far more nuanced than we originally believed. But we'll dive deeper into that shortly. Let's break down the different types of fats and how they're digested in our bodies. Saturated fats, primarily found in animal products like butter, ghee, cheese, and fatty cuts of meat, are solid at room temperature. They are chemically stable and can tolerate high cooking temperatures due to the single bond in their chemical structure, making them less prone to oxidation compared to unsaturated fats. Saturated fats have long been criticized for raising LDL cholesterol levels. However, it's essential to understand that LDL cholesterol is not inherently harmful. The real issue arises when LDL oxidizes, particularly in the presence of inflammation. For decades, we've been advised to avoid saturated fats due to their association with increased LDL cholesterol and heart disease. But here is a critical point: not all LDL is created equal, as we discussed in our previous video on LDL. Let's break this down. Pattern B LDL consists of small, dense particles that are particularly dangerous. These particles easily penetrate artery walls, leading to plaque formation and increased risk of heart disease. Pattern A LDL consists of large, buoyant particles that are much less likely to infiltrate arteries and contribute to plaque buildup. These larger particles are often referred to as non-atherogenic because they don't pose the same risk as small dense LDL. So what's the key insight? Saturated fats tend to increase the production of large, buoyant LDL particles pattern A, rather than small dense ones pattern B. For example, a study published in the Journal of Clinical Lipidology demonstrated that saturated fats can reduce the number of small dense LDL particles, the type most strongly associated with heart disease. Another study supports this, suggesting that when consumed as part of a balanced diet, saturated fats may not be the heart disease culprits they were once thought to be. Furthermore, natural saturated fats found in dairy products like yogurt and butter may actually offer protective benefits. A large cohort study revealed that consuming the natural dairy fats is linked to a reduced incidence of cardiovascular disease. This challenges the notion that all saturated fats are harmful. While saturated fats may raise total LDL levels, they do so in a way that is far less harmful and much less likely to contribute to heart disease. Understanding the distinction between LDL particle types is crucial for grasping how dietary fats truly impact heart health. Now, saturated fats comes in three types, each varying by the length of their fatty acid chains, and they have distinct characteristics that affect your health in different ways. First, we have long-chain fatty acids, or LCFAs, which are found in animal products like meat, ghee, eggs, and dairy. These fats are the most common type of saturated fat, and while they are a bit harder for the body to break down, they tend to increase large, buoyant LDL particles. As we said, this is the type of LDL that is less likely to cause heart disease, unlike small dense LDL particles. Although consuming too much LCFAs can contribute to fat storage, they are considered less risky for heart health when included in a balanced diet because of the larger LDL particles they promote, which are less likely to build up in your arteries. Next are medium-chain fatty acids, or MCFAs, found in coconut oil, goat milk, and MCT oil. These fats are rapidly used for energy instead of being stored as fat. Research shows that medium-chain triglycerides, such as caprinic acid, can help increase high-density lipoprotein, HDL, the good cholesterol, and improve overall cholesterol levels. Additionally, MCTs have been shown to boost metabolism, aiding in weight loss by encouraging fat burning, and reduce the risk of conditions like obesity and metabolic syndrome, all of which benefit heart health. Beyond that, MCTs have also been found to improve brain function by providing a quick and efficient source of energy for the brain. Since MCTs are rapidly converted into ketones, they can cross the blood-brain barrier and serve as an alternative energy source, potentially enhancing cognitive function, focus, and memory. Finally, short-chain fatty acids, or SCFAs, are found in foods like butter and are naturally produced in the gut when you eat fiber-rich foods and prebiotics. These acids like acetate, butyrate, and propionate are crucial for maintaining gut health and supporting key metabolic functions. SCFAs, especially butyrate, play an essential role in keeping the gut microbiome healthy, which has been linked to improved blood pressure and better cholesterol regulation. They also help lower cholesterol and improve lipid metabolism, reducing the risk of atherosclerosis and heart disease. SCFAs help maintain a healthy gut, and recent research shows that good gut health is closely linked to better heart health. By including sources of medium-chain and short-chain fatty acids, like coconut oil, goat milk, and fiber-rich foods in your diet, you can improve your heart health, enhance your metabolism, and support overall well-being. So, what's the key takeaways? Although long-chain saturated fats are common in foods like meat and dairy, adding medium-chain and short-chain fatty acids from sources like coconut oil, goat milk, butter, and fiber-rich foods can provide important health benefits, especially for heart health and metabolism. So I find a lot in this section. The key is balance. When saturated fats are part of a diet rich in all unprocessed foods and low in refined carbohydrates, they can actually contribute to better health outcomes. The second type of fats we have are dietary cholesterol. What about cholesterol in our diets? Another common misconception is the belief that dietary cholesterol, found in foods like eggs, meat, and dairy, directly contributes to increased blood cholesterol levels. But here is what most people don't realize. Dietary cholesterol is esterified, meaning it's chemically altered in a way that prevents it from being easily absorbed by your intestines. Most of the cholesterol you consume doesn't end up in your bloodstream. Instead, it is excreted through your digestive system. In fact, studies show that up to 90% of the cholesterol in your body is actually produced by your liver, not absorbed from the food you eat. So while cholesterol in food has been demonized for years, the reality is that the body regulates cholesterol production independently of dietary intake. For most people, eating foods high in cholesterol does not have a significant impact on their blood cholesterol level. This is why the focus should be on improving overall dietary patterns, rather than avoiding cholesterol-rich foods like eggs and shrimps. Now, coming to an important type of fats, and that's unsaturated fats. Unsaturated fats are divided into two main categories: monounsaturated fats and polyunsaturated fats, both of which are generally considered heart healthy. Monounsaturated fats, like those found in olive oil and avocados, have a single double bond in the chemical structure, while polyunsaturated fats, such as those in fatty fish and walnuts, contain multiple double bonds. These structural differences affect their behavior in the body and how they react to heat. Both types of unsaturated fats are liquid at room temperature, which makes them less stable and more prone to damage from heat compared to saturated fats, which have single bonds in their chemical structure and are solid at room temperature. This means that while unsaturated fats are beneficial, they are less tolerant to heat, and cooking at high temperatures can degrade their quality. A major factor in heart health is maintaining the right ratio between omega-6 and omega-3 fatty acids. Omega-6 fats, commonly found in processed foods, seed oils, and even in meat from non-organic grain-fed animals or birds, can become problematic when consumed in excess relative to omega-3s, which are found in fatty fish like wild salmon, grass-fed beef, walnuts, and flaxseeds. When animals are raised on grains rather than grass, their fat content becomes higher in omega-6 fats, adding to the imbalance in the human diet. This imbalance can negatively affect LDL cholesterol, making it more likely to become harmful. Research shows that when omega-6 fats dominate the diet, they can transform LDL cholesterol into a more atherogenic form, meaning it's more likely to contribute to artery blockages and cardiovascular disease. A study from Open Heart supports this, showing that excessive omega-6 intake is linked to an increased risk of cardiovascular disease. Balancing omega-6 and omega-3 fats by avoiding high omega-6 sources such as processed foods, seed oils, and grain-fed animal products, while increasing omega-3 intake, is critical for minimizing this risk and promoting overall heart health. Omega-3 fatty acids, one of the polyunsaturated fatty acids, are also vital for our metabolism and overall health. Omega-3 fatty acids are considered essential fats that the body cannot produce on its own, so they must come from your diet. There are three main types of omega-3s. Number 1, EPA, or eicosapentaenoic acid. Number 2, DHA, eicosahexaenoic acid. Number 3, ALA, alpha-linolenic acid. EPA and DHA are the primary forms of omega-3 fatty acids found in animal sources such as fatty fish like wild salmon, mackerel, and sardines, and organic grass-fed meat. These omega-3s play crucial roles in reducing inflammation, supporting brain health, and protecting cardiovascular function. What makes EPA and DHA particularly important is that they are readily processed and utilized by the body, unlike plant-based omega-3s like ALA, which must be converted into EPA and DHA in small amounts. These forms are directly bioavailable. DHA, or docosahexaenoic acid, is especially vital for brain health. It is a key structural component of brain tissue, and it is critical for cognitive function, memory, and overall neurological health. DHA also supports retinal health, making it essential for vision. EPA, or eicosapentaenoic acid, is more effective in promoting heart health. It helps regulate inflammation, reduces triglyceride levels, and improve overall cardiovascular function. EPA also plays a role in maintaining a healthy balance of cholesterol and can reduce the risk of developing heart disease. Together, EPA and DHA provide powerful complementary benefits that are essential for optimal heart, brain, and overall body function. However, ALA, the type of omega-3 found in plant sources such as flax seeds and chia seeds, cannot be efficiently processed by the body. Only a small portion of ALA is converted into EPA and DHA, meaning plant-based omega-3s are far less effective. This creates a challenge for vegetarians and vegans, as they cannot rely solely on plant sources to meet their body's omega-3 needs. Without adequate intake of EPA and DHA, which are primarily sourced from animal products, it can be challenging to fully experience the wide-ranging health benefits that omega-3s provide for those who avoid animal products. However, supplements such as algae oil, a plant-based source of EPA and DHA derived from algae, can help bridge this nutritional gap. You'll find a link to it in the video description. The last type of fats we have are trans fats. Trans fats are the real villains when it comes to heart health, found primarily in processed and fried foods. These fats are artificially created through a process called hydrogenation, which makes liquid oils solid at room temperature. Numerous studies have shown that trans fats not only increase small dense LDL cholesterol, the most harmful type, but also lower HDL cholesterol, the good cholesterol that helps protect against heart disease. The combination of these effects significantly raises the risk of cardiovascular disease. Due to their dangerous impact on health, many countries have moved to ban or severely restrict the use of trans fats in food products, recognizing their role in heart disease and other health complications. Let's take a moment to understand how fats are digested and absorbed by the body, a process that plays a key role in how dietary fats affect our health. When you consume fats, digestion begins in the mouth, where the enzyme lingual lipase starts breaking down some of the fats. As the food travels to the stomach, another enzyme called gastric lipase breaks down fats into smaller molecules. However, most fat digestion occurs in the small intestine. In the small intestine, bile salts, which are essential for fat digestion, come into play. These bile salts are produced in the liver and stored in the gallbladder, and they are made from cholesterol. In fact, cholesterol is required by the liver to synthesize bile salts, meaning that cholesterol is crucial for the digestion of fats. Once released into the small intestine, bile salts emulsify fats, breaking them down into tiny droplets. This process increases the surface area for enzymes like pancreatic lipase to act upon, further digesting the fats into free fatty acids and monoglycerides. These small fat molecules are then packaged into micelles, which are tiny water-soluble carriers that help transport fats across the intestinal lining. Once inside the intestinal cells, these fats are reassembled into triglycerides. Here is where it gets interesting. The triglycerides, along with cholesterol and fat-soluble vitamins, are combined with proteins to form chylomicrons, large microproteins that transport fats from the intestine through the lymphatic system and into the bloodstream. As the chylomicrons circulate in the bloodstream, they deliver triglycerides to tissues throughout the body, where they are used for energy or stored in fat cells. The remnants of the chylomicrons are then taken up by the liver. Inside the liver, the remaining fats and cholesterol from the digestion process are repackaged into very low-density lipoprotein, the LDL, which are responsible for transporting triglycerides from the liver to other parts of the body. As VLDL delivers these triglycerides, it eventually becomes low-density lipoprotein, LDL. Here is an important distinction. As we mentioned, natural fats, such as those from a balanced diet, tend to contribute to the formation of large, buoyant LDL particles. This is the healthier type of LDL, as large buoyant LDL is less likely to penetrate the artery walls or contribute to plaque buildup. These particles are crucial for transporting cholesterol to cells, where it plays vital roles in building cell membranes, producing vitamin D, and synthesizing hormones. On the other hand, small dense LDL particles, often considered more dangerous, can be produced through a process called de novo lipogenesis. This occurs when the body converts excess carbohydrates into fat, particularly when your glycogen stores are full. Diets high in refined carbohydrates, especially in the presence of insulin resistance, can lead to the production of more small dense LDL particles. These particles are more prone to oxidation, making them more likely to infiltrate artery walls and contribute to plaque formation. It's important to note that small dense LDL is associated with higher cardiovascular risk, but it's not solely driven by diet. Other factors such as genetics, smoking, insulin resistance, and overall lifestyle can also play significant roles in determining LDL particle size and cardiovascular risk. However, this doesn't mean that fats can't play a role in heart disease under certain circumstances. The key issue arises when saturated fats are consumed alongside simple carbohydrates like white bread, sugar, and processed foods. Simple carbohydrates, commonly found in sugar and refined grains, have been shown in various studies to raise levels of small dense LDL, the type of cholesterol that can easily infiltrate your arteries. Once these particles slip into the arterial walls, they trigger an immune response, causing immune cells to transform into foam cells. These foam cells then absorb cholesterol and fats from the food you've eaten, leading to the formation of arterial plaques. In essence, simple carbs fuel the rise of small dense LDL in your bloodstream, and when combined with fast food foods like cheeseburgers or fries, you're creating the perfect recipe for heart disease, a dangerous combination that significantly heightens cardiovascular risk. This explains why some studies suggest saturated fats could contribute to heart disease. It's not just the fat itself, it's the combination of saturated fats with refined carbs, like those found in fast food, that creates the problem. So, while saturated fats on their own don't cause heart disease, when combined with a diet high in simple carbs, such as in cheeseburger or sugary desserts, the risk increases significantly. It's crucial to understand that heart disease isn't solely about cholesterol levels. The real drivers behind heart disease are inflammation and oxidative stress, particularly when small dense LDL particles or excessive omega-6 fatty acids are involved. Small dense LDL particles are more likely to become trapped in the arterial walls, where they can undergo oxidation, triggering an inflammatory response. Even if your overall LDL cholesterol levels are within the normal range, having a higher proportion of these small dense LDL particles can significantly increase your risk of atherosclerosis. This is because these smaller particles are more prone to penetrating the interstitial lining of blood vessels, leading to plaque formation and contributing to cardiovascular disease. Similarly, consuming excessive omega-6 fatty acids, commonly found in seed oils and processed foods, can contribute to inflammation, especially when omega-6 intake far exceeds omega-3 intake. While omega-6 fats are essential when consumed in excess, they can promote an inflammatory environment in the body, increasing the likelihood of LDL oxidation and arterial damage. When inflammation and oxidation are present, the risk of plaque buildup and narrowing of the arteries significantly increases, regardless of total cholesterol levels. This is why the quality of LDL and the balance of fats, particularly the ratio between omega-6 and omega-3, is more critical than the sheer quantity of cholesterol in the blood. So what's the key insight? Balancing your intake of fats, particularly between omega-6 and omega-3, is far more important than avoiding fats altogether. By minimizing small dense LDL and keeping inflammation in check, you can significantly reduce your risk of heart disease. Finally, to close this up on the relation of fats and heart disease, a meta-analysis of over 40 peer-reviewed studies published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition concluded that there is no significant evidence to support the notion that dietary saturated fats is associated with an increased risk of coronary heart disease or cardiovascular disease. In summary, it's the quality of fats and carbohydrates combined with other lifestyle factors that determines the impact on LDL particle size and heart health. So, what's the takeaway here? Fats, especially saturated fats, aren't the enemies we once thought they were. When consumed as part of a balanced diet, they can actually offer health benefits. The real issue arises when these fats are combined with simple carbohydrates like sugar and white bread, which trigger an inflammatory response and lead to the formation of harmful small-dense LDL particles. It's also important to be mindful of the omega-6 to omega-3 ratio in your diet. Omega-6 fats commonly found in seed oils and processed foods can become problematic when consumed in excess, so it's crucial to balance them with omega-3s from sources like fatty fish or grass-fed meats. Additionally, avoiding seed oils and processed foods that contribute to an unhealthy omega-6 to omega-3 imbalance is key for reducing inflammation and promoting heart health. Finally, be sure to completely avoid trans fats, which are found in many processed foods and are well documented as harmful to heart health. These should be eliminated from your diet altogether. In short, if you're eating a diet rich in whole foods, healthy fats like olive oil or organic grass-fed butter and low in refined carbohydrates, while keeping your omega-6, omega-3 ratio in check, you're much less likely to experience the negative effects often associated with fats. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you think fats have been unfairly demonized? Let me know in the comments below. If you want to dive deeper into understanding the actual difference between LDL types and how to improve the quantity of your LDL, be sure to watch my previous video on LDL. It's been a hit with viewers. Also, we've discovered that 88% of our view hours come from non-subscribers. So, if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. It really helps us maintain this channel and continue bringing you valuable content. Your support keeps this community growing. And as always, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and hit the notification bell for more content on how to mend human inside and out. Until next time, peace be upon you. Assalamu alaikum.